resources and talk about survivorship and what that word means. This presentation is usually given by Andrea Locke, who is a patient navigator on my team, who couldn't be here with us today, but she's super passionate about survivorship and quality of life, and so credit goes to her for this presentation, and I'm glad to be able to deliver it to you guys. So what is survivorship, if you've never heard this term before? And there are some official definitions, and one of those is that survivorship focuses on the health and well-being of a person with cancer from the time of diagnosis until the end of life. So no matter what's going on in your body with the cancer, this definition kind of encompasses all of it to help think about all of these different effects that cancer can have on your life in all the realms. And when you think about the survivorship period after treatment, you're also thinking about follow-up care and any regular health and wellness checks, but also follow-up care for cancer specifically, any late effects of treatment from the cancer, risk of recurrence, any second cancers, quality of life in general. And as far as who is considered a survivor, again, there's varying definitions, and there's a couple here from the U.S. National Cancer Institute and the American Cancer Society. The official thought is just from the time that you are diagnosed with cancer on, you're surviving it. And so this is a definition of survivor. But there's also kind of a personal feeling that we hear about a lot from people is would you call yourself a survivor? Would you call yourself a patient? Would you prefer neither one? Because it's in your past. So it's a personal kind of feeling and definition as well. And the caregivers and family members are also kind of considered part of the realm of survivorship. And anyone really touched by cancer experience, and some people, and we have done this as well, refer to that group as co-survivors. And I think that many of you and your wonderful would think of your wonderful caregivers in that way, that they are right along with you. When I joined the foundation 10 years ago, my main focus in patient services was building out the programs that we have, the patient navigation service being one of those, to help people find chordoma treatment and find the chordoma experts, and support resources, patient education, all those things. And once we really had that good structure built, and we got to know so many patients over the years, and just understanding that once you've passed the point of treatment, there's a lot of side effects, a lot of quality of life issues, and that's what we've been talking about this afternoon, is just these ongoing things that you want to find treatment for, that you're dealing with. And so in 2020, we decided to really focus on that, and we undertook a 5-year survivorship initiative. And so that ran through last year, and just to really focus on this and build out our resources. So we started with a community survey, and we had patient survivors and caregivers, co-survivors, both take this survey. And we launched that in June of 2020, and it ran for the survey was launched in August and ran for just over a year. And we had nearly 900 responses, and that was just such a great result for us, and so much information. And we asked about the understanding. What does survivorship mean to you? Are you familiar with this word? Did you get a survivorship care plan when your treatment ended and you were moving on to the post-treatment phase? You're supposed to get kind of a survivorship care plan from your care team that includes what is your follow-up schedule, referrals for any side effects that you might be experiencing. Sometimes that's presented to you as a survivorship care plan, sometimes it's not. So you might not have known that that's what you were being given, but you were given some kind of plan. So we asked about that. We asked about physical side effects, social and emotional side effects, and then practical challenges as well. And for the caregivers and co-survivors, we asked about the emotional, social, and practical things. And then one thing, there was a smaller survey that was done a few years before that looked at some of those things too, but one of the things we wanted to dig deeper into in this survey was, are you getting care for those things? And not only are you accessing care, but did it meet the needs? Is it helping improve those side effects and addressing your quality of life symptoms? And then that's where we started, so that we could learn what was actually happening and then build out resources from there that would address the findings. And we were really fortunate to work with a team at Johns Hopkins, led by skull-base surgeon Dr. Raj Mukherjee, and his team helped us analyze the survey results and publish them, and we're just really so excited to be able to do that. And the purpose being, let's get the word out there that these are the things that Chordoma survivors are saying they're experiencing, but also what we found was that, and I'm not sure that these numbers are in here, but what we found was that the majority of patients and survivors, no matter what the experiences were, but especially for physical symptoms, they were not getting care that met their needs. So there's definitely a big gap there. And the survey results are on our website and in those two papers. But these are some of the top things that we found, and we also on our website have it broken down by tumor location. So vision issues, not really experienced by sacral survivors, at least not related to your chordoma. So these are just, when you put everybody together, these are some of the main things. And the emotional challenges and practical challenges for caregivers and co-survivors were similar to patients, but a little bit different, and that was a really interesting differences to see. So I would encourage you, if you're interested in those, to check out our website and those results. So from that, we then kind of had a path of what we wanted to focus on as far as our resources go. So we did some in-depth research, we worked with specialists, put together information, and we have many pages on our website now for many different concerns, and we have those as well in our, there's booklets on each one of them, there's some screenshots from our website, and we have done a number of webinars. We've brought, like we did today, we've brought quality of life sessions into our in-person meetings, which we also record, and those are on our YouTube channel. And so a lot of different ways that we have that you can access this content. And we also have our online community, Chordoma Connections. If you're a member of that, within there, and you can find survivorship specialist directory, which is something that we ask people who has treated the side effects that you might have, and we include their names in that directory. So that's something that we were asked for many years was, let's find out from others who they're being treated by, so that if you're in the same area, you could seek out those specialists as well. So if you're not part of Chordoma Connections, it's free to join. It's a private community, and I know many of you are part of the Facebook group as well. And so we launched Chordoma Connections as a support resource, as part of the just before the survivorship initiative. But certainly that support is part of what we have built up along with the survivorship initiative. But not everyone is on social media, and some countries can't access it equally. So we wanted to make sure that whether you choose Facebook group, Chordoma Connections, both, that there would be some way that you can reach out to and connect with others. So the specialist directory is accessible through that platform, but there's also all the connection that you can find just by chatting with others. Great place to ask questions about, I'm experiencing this, you know, what have you done? And we've seen so many conversations happen there where people found out about treatments, resources, devices, you know, all kinds of things that have been really helpful that they might not have otherwise known about. And just this year, at the beginning of the year, we launched a new resource to help, in a way, create a personalized survivorship care plan. So this is kind of like a questionnaire that you can take on our website to provide some information that gets sent to Andrea Locke, our patient navigator, who then will pull together personalized information, not just about what you're experiencing, but also look where you live and see what local resources she can find for you so that you can reach out. So when we were talking with Dr. Rupert, if you needed a physiatrist, she would do some research for you, look for someone, and be able to give you a couple names to look at. So, so really great thing. If you're interested in it, you can find it on our website. There's a handout in your folders that has a QR code that you can scan with your phone that will take you right to the main survivorship page of our website, where you can navigate to the other pages and the other resources. So if you're interested in that, you can check that out. And here's Andrea and Kimberly, our international patient navigator, and they're amazing, and I'm so fortunate to work with them, and they provide just phenomenal assistance to so many people every day, every year. So whether it's survivorship related or not, whatever it is, if it's related to Chordoma, your experience with it, they are a phone call or an email away. So don't ever hesitate to reach out to them. I'm sure many people in this room are already in touch with one of them. So they're just excellent resources. So please don't hesitate to contact them at any point. So before I turn it over to our next speaker, are there any questions about any of our survivorship pieces or resources? Anything else about side effects? Yes, ma'am?
Wasn't a question, just a comment that I think it's amazing that you're doing this personalized plan. When you said that the results showed that most people didn't have, I just chuckled, because that's what I have found most frustrating, that I really felt completely on my own. And
Yeah.
even though I've had an incredible surgeon, urologist, gynecologist, you know, but everyone's in their own lane.
Right.
Right, and nobody's kind of thinking about you as that whole person that you're talking about. So I think it's amazing that you guys are doing that.
Well, thank you. And I mean, that's exactly it, is that we saw that so many times. And even at academic centers, it's tough, like you said. It's just, you know, the expert specialists are focused on that's why they're experts, because they're focusing so highly on something, you know, and that's a great thing. But then maybe if for some it's not as known who else to reach out to or what's possible. And one of the most dramatic stories that in encounters I had with a patient before we took on the survivorship initiative was a sacral patient in New York City who was an actress and an artist, and she just lived this vibrant life doing all these things, and then lost her bladder control after her treatments, her surgery, and was really never leaving the house. And you know, it's New York City, right? It's very mobile. You have to be able to walk around, move around, and she just wasn't going anywhere, and it was just really isolating. And just by supporting her and helping her find resources, she found a pelvic floor rehabilitation and therapy program, and within a couple months was able to get rid of the urine bag that she had, and she was going out again. And she'd been dealing with it for so long and told that there was really nothing that she could do, and she just had to find the right people. And so just such dramatic things like that you know, can take your pain from an 8 to a 2, and that maybe isn't possible all the time, but it's certainly like, let's see what else is out there and don't give up and what else can we find. So we want to be able to help do that. And